Good morning, my dear students. Welcome to today's class. We have already started the revision of lesson 3. So, we'll continue with the revision of lesson 3 today also. So, first of all, let me discuss about the human excretory system, which already we have discussed in our last class. So, let's start. Okay, so this is the diagram of human excretory system. You can see here. So, these are the different parts of human excretory system. So this is the kidney. So we have two kidneys, and each kidney is connected to a tube-like structure which is known as ureter, and then these two ureters are connected to a bag-like structure which is known as bladder. So these are some of the important parts of human excretory system, and there is an opening towards the end of this urinary bladder which is known as urethra. Now let us discuss these parts again in short. So a pair of kidneys. So first two parts of excretory system is the kidneys. So they are two bean-shaped structures located near our stomach, one on each side of our backbone. They are about the size of our fist. So these are the two bean-shaped structures which is known as kidney. So we have two kidneys, one on each side, and where they are located just near our stomach. Now these bean-shaped structures, they are of size of our fist. So you have to remember these important points which are mentioned here. Then these two kidneys are now connected to tube-like structures which are known as ureters. So they are pipe-like structure or tube-like structure that bring the urine from the kidneys to the urinary bladder. So they carry the liquid waste that is in the form of urine to the bladder, and from bladder it comes out through an opening which is known as urethra. So this is the opening which is known as urethra. So urinary bladder is a bag-like structure that expands as it fills with urine, and it stores what? It stores urine. So the urine that is brought by the ureters from the kidneys are stored here in the urinary bladder, and when it is almost more than half, then we feel the sensation of urinating. So this is how the liquid waste comes out through the urethra, and this is how human excretory system helps in removing the liquid waste. And we have already discussed about the removal of solid waste from our body. That is generally done by the digestive system. As we know, the undigested food comes out through the anus, and that is part of your digestive system. Now about removing liquid waste, we have to rely on which system? We have to rely on human excretory system. So this is how human excretory system is effective in removing the liquid waste. So it mainly removes the liquid waste in the form of what? Urine. So these are few important things which we have already covered in our last class, but again I thought of revisiting these things. Okay, so next, now let us discuss about this human excretory system in details. The parts of human excretory system, how they help to remove this liquid waste from our body. Let us see. So first of all, when the blood travels through our body, it collects waste, and then the kidneys work like a filter. So this blood, when it enters into the kidney, it is being filtered by the kidneys. So it tries to remove all the unwanted things from the blood, and thus it purifies the blood. So it takes around 45 minutes to purify the blood that enters through the kidney. So it takes around 45 minutes. This also you can remember. It takes about 45 minutes for the kidney to purify all the blood in our body. So it is very important to maintain the proper functioning of the kidney, because if kidneys do not work, then we know the blood will not get purified, and if the blood will not get purified, then the things present in the blood may turn out to be poisonous, which will be very bad for our health, and therefore we should always take care of our kidneys. Kidneys send all the waste to the bladder through the ureters. We have already discussed that kidneys, they send the liquid waste through the ureters to the urinary bladder, where it is stored temporarily and then it is removed from the bladder with the help of the small opening known as urethra. Now, kidneys send all the waste to the bladder through the ureters in the form of urine. The urinary bladder stores this urine. When the bladder is almost half full, we feel like peeing or urinating. So this is how the human excretory system works, and this is how the kidney, it purifies the blood and then removes the unwanted thing from our body. So a person whose kidney do not work well have to purify the blood by a process called dialysis. So anyone whose kidney is not working has to undergo dialysis from time to time in the hospital, and this may be very costly. Therefore, most often the person, they search for a donor who can donate kidneys. So this is why kidney is one of the vital organs of our body. Then, other than kidney, we also have organs such as skin and lungs that are involved in removing waste from our body. Now, in what way they remove the waste from our body? Let us see. Excretion through the skin. Skin is the largest excretory organ in our body. The liquid waste from our body is thrown out in the form of sweat. Sweat is made up of extra water and salts from our body. It also cools our body. So, first of all, skin is the largest excretory organ. This you have to remember. The liquid waste from our body is thrown out in the form of what? Sweat. So the other liquid waste, now kidney, most of the liquid waste comes in the form of urine with the help of our human excretory system, but there are certain liquid waste that dissolves salt in it, so that comes out in the form of sweat, and that is done by what? Our skin. So sweat is made up of what? Extra water and salts from our body. Now apart from this, it also helps in maintaining our body temperature. So whenever we feel very hot or warm, we generally sweat, and after sweating, our body, we can feel a little bit cold compared to what it was earlier. So in this way, it also tries to maintain the body temperature, or it cools our body temperature. Now excretion through lungs. So in what way lungs also help in removing some unwanted things? So we breathe in and out with the help of our lungs. We all know that we breathe in oxygen and we remove carbon dioxide, or we exhale carbon dioxide. Now lungs help to absorb the oxygen from the air, and then it sends to the blood, and then the oxygen reaches each and every cell. Now once the process of respiration is done, carbon dioxide is produced as waste, which has to be removed from our body. So this waste is again carried by the blood from the cells to all the way to the lungs, and the lungs absorbs this carbon dioxide and then it expels it from our body. So it helps in taking out the carbon dioxide from the blood, and that thus it removes through our nostrils. So this is how lungs are useful in removing the waste such as carbon dioxide. So this again you can remember. So carbon dioxide is thrown out of the body from the lungs as a waste. So this is how, apart from the human excretory system like kidneys, skin and lungs are also useful in removing the waste. Now the excretory system removes waste from the body. If it does not work properly, what will happen? Now we have studied till now how different organs of human excretory system work together to remove the liquid waste, and apart from human excretory system, we also studied how skin and lungs are useful in removing certain waste. Now what will happen if our excretory system does not work? Now when we talk about our excretory system, we are mainly talking about the human excretory system, that is the kidneys, pair of ureters, and your urinary bladder. Now if it does not work properly, the liquid waste collect inside the body. This may lead to swelling of the body, especially on the legs, hands and face. So if our excretory system does not work, these are the consequences that we may have to face. So what are these effects? This may lead to swelling of the body. So this may lead to swelling of the body, especially on the legs, hands and face. So if our kidneys don't work properly, the color and smell of urine may change. So this is again one of the effects of dysfunctioning of kidneys. We may feel tired, or we may start vomiting. So these are some of the symptoms of non-functioning of our kidneys. So how do we take care of the excretory organs? Have you heard of any fruit or vegetable that helps to keep our kidneys healthy? Find out more about such food items which can improve the working of our excretory system. So we have to eat proper food, healthy food, in order to keep our kidneys healthy. You should always avoid junk food because they are not good in any way. So try to avoid junk food and try to eat healthy foods. Try to drink a lot of water. Then also try to have fruits, green vegetables, so that will keep your vital organs healthy. So this habit of eating healthy food will improve the working of your excretory system. Then our skin and lungs also perform excretion, so they too need to be taken care of. So we should take care of them too. We should bath regularly to take care of our skin. So for skin we should regularly take bath. We should keep it clean using soap and water. We must do breathing exercise to keep our lungs healthy. So along with that, to keep our lungs healthy, we should do breathing exercises. So you can go for pranayam. So this is a part of your yoga. Then we must protect our lungs from dust and smoke by wearing mask when we go outside. So this is another way in which you can protect your lungs. So generally nowadays everybody is wearing mask because there is a pandemic which is known as what? COVID-19 is spreading fast across the globe. But even if there is no pandemic, we should try to wear mask, because wearing mask all the time is good only whenever you go outside. So in this way you can protect your vital organs. Then let us discuss what are kidney stones. Now, have you heard about kidney stones? They are solid pieces of salt and minerals formed inside the kidneys. They vary in size. When they are small in size, like a grain of salt or sugar, they do not cause any problem. So kidney stones, they are actually some of the solid pieces of waste which are formed from extra salts and minerals inside the kidneys. So when they reach the ureters, it leads to severe pain. So it may also block the urine and thus leading in severe pain. So when they are bigger in size, generally it causes a severe pain. But when they are very small as a grain of salt or sugar, it generally comes out through the urine itself, and thus it is not that harmful. But sometimes the size becomes too big that it can block the urine in the ureter and thus causes a lot of pain. So that sometimes needs to be operated as well. So but when they are size of a pea, they block the ureter, which causes pain. So already we have discussed, when they are big in size, it blocks the ureter, which leads to severe pain, and then it has to be operated. So how do kidney stones develop in kidneys? Kidney stones are formed due to excess salts and minerals in the urine. So when excess salt and minerals are present in the urine, it generally leads to the formation of kidney stones. So this may happen if we do not drink enough water. So we should drink enough water so that these salts and minerals, they get expelled time to time. So drinking water is also one of the key things in order to keep our kidneys well and properly. They will function if we drink water regularly. So we should drink plenty of water to avoid the formation of kidney stones. So anyone who do not drink much water may suffer from kidney stones. So this is how you can avoid the formation of kidney stones. So these are some of the important things which we have covered, and I request everyone to please revise all the chapters once again, all the lessons that will come in your term 1, starting from lesson 1 to lesson 8, and also read all the question answers of the workbook. So both textbook and workbook, please cover everything, revise everything. So I wish everyone all the best, and that's all for today's class. Thank you everyone.